Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt battle time again. And this time we're going to be battling a trio of Paydirts from RoaringCampGold.com. I've got one of their $10 bags of Paydirt, one of their $25 bags of Paydirt, and their monster 13 to 15 pound $50 bags of Paydirt. Now, I was really curious, if I got one of their $25 bags of Paydirt, would it have 2.5 times more gold than their $10 bag of Paydirt? And would their $50 bag of Paydirt have 5 times as much gold as their $10 bag? Because in most cases, the more money you spend at a Paydirt seller, the ROI tends to be higher. But not in all cases. In fact, in a lot of my Paydirt reviews over the years, I've realized that some of these sellers who have no guaranteed set amount of gold, they don't guarantee anything, tend to have better ROIs on their lower priced bags. So their $10, $20 bags will have a decent ROI, maybe not the best, but it'll be decent. But then their higher price bags tend to have a lower ROI because they're trying to get you to buy the higher price bags, and with no guarantee, most people will buy the cheapest bag first. And I really want to see if that is the case with Roaring Camp Gold. Will I get a better ROI on the lower price bags as a way to get me and convince me to buy the $50 bag of Paydirt and get a lower ROI by default? But I'm just going to flash up the description for each one of these bags. We're going to go to the overhead and check out these bags of Paydirt a little bit closer. As you saw, all 3 bags of Paydirts pretty much have no description. They do tell you that they're from their Roaring Camp mine, but that's about it. The $50 bag does tell you it's about 13 to 15 pounds of Paydirt. The other 2 have no mention of weight. The one curious thing, though, is that only the $10 and $25 bags actually state you will find gold. The $50 bag mentions nothing about any guarantees at all. Now, again, they don't state a weight on the $10 or $25 bag, but we're going to weigh it up anyway. There we go, 10.5 ounces for the $10 bag, 3 pounds, 12 ounces, and lastly, 15 pounds and about 12 ounces. I do have my finger on it, but it's 15 pounds. Now let's open up one of the smaller bags. We're going to open up the $10 bag because that's the one we're going to be panning out first. And we're just going to check it to see if it's got any magnetite in it, things like that. Isn't it nice thick? These are pretty thick bags. And it is slightly damp, so we're not going to classify any of these bags down today. We're just going to pan them out as they are, since they all are a little bit damp, and I don't want to dry each one of these out individually. So, no real magnetite, nothing really in there. I'm sure it will be a lot more in the bigger bags, obviously. But for the $10 bag, not too much. I have panned these out before, and they really aren't too difficult. If I remember right, they do muck up the water a little bit, and they had a little bit of gold. Now let's go over to the panning station so I can pan each one of these out. We're going to start with the $10 bag, then pan out the $25 bag, and finally the $50 bag. I am not going to change out the water in between each bag because it's all the same material. So if one's going to cloud up the water, then they're all going to cloud up the water. But let's go set it up and pan out some Paydirt. Finished panning everything out as you saw, and that was some fairly difficult pay dirt to go through, but we'll talk about that in a minute. For right now, let me show you the gold I found in all 3 bags. And there we go. This is the $10 bag. We have the $25 bag. And then lastly, that monster $50 15-pound bag. And again, none of these were guaranteed any set amount of gold, and only the $10 and $25 even mentioned that you were guaranteed to find gold at all in the description. So let's weigh these up. I'm gonna be curious if this one even budges the scale. It's not very much gold, but it does budget. 0.015 grams. It's probably not going to be a very good ROI. We got the $25 bag. $0.255 grams. And then lastly, the $50 bag. $0.465 grams in the $50 bag. So that's what I recovered in each of the 3 bags. Now for these 3 bags of pay dirt, they're extremely difficult to go through, but the smaller the bag, the easier the material. Because while there's not a lot of black sands, this material will cloud up your water. The 15-pound bag, by the time I was finished panning it out, my water had the consistency of mud soup. Also, most of the gold is in the lower classifications, and it's pretty dark gold. It's not bright and shiny. So for the $10 and $25 bags, I would give this a medium difficulty, but for the 15-pound bag, this is some extremely hard pay dirt to go through. All right, finished calculating my ROIs, writing up my reviews, and let's see who won this battle. Now, I went through 3 bags of pay dirt from RoaringCampGold.com, a $10 1-pound bag, a $25 gravel bag, and a $50 try bag at 13 to 15 pounds. Now, also, before we get too far into this, yes, the $10 bag did state it was a 1-pound bag, even though multiple times during this video I said it didn't have a stated weight. It does have a stated weight of 1 pound. And we'll get to that later when we get to the description and the weight things. But that's why I do this criteria stuff, because it makes me double check things late in the video so I don't get things wrong. Now, none of the 3 bags guaranteed any set amount of gold, but the $10 and $25 bag did state you would find gold. The $10 bag had $9.45 worth of shipping, so its total cost was $19.45. The $25 bag also had $9.45 shipping, making its total $34.45, while the $50 bag had a $15.50 shipping charge for a grand total of $65.50. Now, on all 3 of these bags, the gold spot was $64.16 on the day of order by my secret shopper. For the $10 bag, I recovered 0.015 grams of gold, worth 96 cents, giving me an ROI of 4.93%. So a pretty dismal ROI, roughly 5%. The $25 bag, I recovered 0.255 grams of gold, worth $16.36, giving me an ROI of 47.49%, or on my scale, a 4.7. And lastly, the $50 bag of pay dirt, I recovered 0.465 grams of gold, worth $29.83, giving me an ROI of 45.54%, or on my scale, a 4.6. So the winner for ROI is actually the $25 bag. Just a little bit, but it is the winner of the ROI. Now for fun factor, I'm going to leave them the exact same as the ROIs. So for the $10 bag, it's getting a 0.5, the $25 bag is getting a 4.7, and the $50 bag is getting a 4.6. So the winner again is going to be the $25 bag. For Paydirt description, the $10 and $50 bag are both getting a 4 because they tell you a little bit about the dirt and they do state a weight, while the $25 bag is only getting a 3 because it doesn't say anything about the weight. Otherwise, it would get a 4, which still isn't that good on any of their accounts. But the winner for description is going to the $10 and $50 bag, and the $25 bag is coming in last place. But I will point out none of them have a good score for description. Now for quantity and packaging, all 3 bags are getting an 8 for the packaging because they all use a really thick Mylar Ziploc bag. But for quantity, the $10 bag is only getting a 5 because it was essentially half of the guaranteed amount. I only got 10 ounces out of the guaranteed 1 pound, so their total score is going to be a 6.5 for quantity and packaging. The $25 bag, they only get a 5 for quantity because they don't state a weight, so again, they're getting a 6.5 as well. While the $50 bag is getting a score of 9, 10 for quantity because it was over the stated 13 to 15 pounds and it came in that thick Mylar bag, so 9 for them, and the win for quantity and packaging. And lastly, for customer service and shipping, all 3 are getting a 10. The customer service was good and they shipped out incredibly fast, so it's a tie for quantity and packaging at a 10. And now for the final scores, the 1 pound $10 bag got a total score of 4.8. The gravel bag at $25 got a total score of 5.8. And the 15 pound $50 bag got a total score of 6.4. And while it is the highest score, I think I'm going to give the win to the $25 gravel bag. And they're going to be declared my winner. So would I recommend or order these bags of Paydirt again? And I have to say, with the $10 bag, no, I would not order this bag again. I wouldn't suggest anyone order it. With $10 worth of shipping and a 5% ROI, it's just too low. It's not worth panning out at that price. The 15-pound bag, maybe if you want to test some equipment with some really muddy material, but with a sub 50% ROI at $65 total cost, I just don't think it's worth it. There's a lot better Paydirts out there. You can get a 1 gram bag for a little bit more money, $10, and you've got a 1 gram bag. But for the $25 bag, I don't think it's a horrible deal. $35, you're getting 47% ROI, and I kind of enjoyed panning it out. So I probably wouldn't suggest buying any of these or recommend any of these bags of Paydirt, but if you really wanted to try one, I would definitely stick with the $25 bag. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning, and if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button below.